This one thing is the reason why most people do not stick to their diet, why most people don't stay consistent going to the gym. This is why most people come February, March, stop going to the gym. They stop staying committed to that diet that they said they would stay committed to in their New Year's resolution. This one thing, if you can master, will change everything. And this one thing has been the reason why I've been able to stay consistent with my diet, stay consistent with my training, going to the gym 6 days a week, every single week for 6 years. What is this one thing? So at any given time, our mind is always making a decision based on pain or pleasure. It's either going away from pain or towards pleasure. So one of the biggest reasons why I see most people, they will not stick to a healthy diet is because they associate pain with healthy food and they associate pleasure with fast food, junk food. And this is the reason why nobody can stick to a healthy diet. But here's the key, and this is the reason why I have been able to stay consistent 365 days out of the year. It's because I focus on the long-term pleasure. So for me, the majority of people have this flipped around. I feel like I'm the opposite of most people. Most people associate pleasure with junk food. I associate pain with junk food. Most people associate pain with healthy food. I associate pleasure with healthy food. But why is that? Why is it flipped for me? It's because I'm focusing on the long-term result. And this goes for everything that we're trying to achieve in our life. We know that if you're just focused on short-term pleasures, that majority of the case, that always winds up hurting you down the line. But we know that if you can put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, put yourself through those hard things, that always leads to long-lasting fulfillment, and that's what's gonna get you to where you wanna go. So if you wanna stick to a healthy diet, you have to associate pleasure with healthy food. But how do you do that? You focus on the long-term result. So before you make a decision to eat something, decide, am I doing this because it's gonna create pleasure for me in the short term, like eating a piece of cake or going to get fast food? Yeah, it's gonna taste really good in that moment. But how are you gonna feel afterwards? And how is that gonna affect your body down the line? So ask yourself that question before you eat. When you eat healthy food, it's not gonna taste as good as, fast food, like sugary candy. It's not gonna taste as good as that, obviously, because that's man-made, chemically processed. But we can find pleasure. We can switch this to pleasure because we know in the long term it's gonna allow us to feel better, to look better. We're gonna get into our best shape. We're gonna live a longer life. You're gonna be around to see your kids get married, live their lives out, have their kids, be a grandpa. But you can't do that if you're always just focused on that short-term pleasure. There's a saying, a man who cannot control his desires will never get what he wants. And that's exactly what this means. If you are constantly giving into your pleasures, you're never gonna get to where you wanna go in life. And this, like I said, it goes for everything in life. But this applies to your diet, it applies to training, going to the gym, right? If you're focused on only focus on the short-term pain of the workout, that's never gonna allow you to stay consistent. But if you focus on the long-term results, if I go through this hard workout, I'm gonna feel good. My body's gonna look good in the long term. I'm gonna live a long time. So we can get pleasure if we focus on the long-term results. which is what we want. But you have to have a goal. You can't, if you're going into this, trying to eat healthy, get into better shape, you're never going to get there if you don't have a long-term goal. Because this is what we're trying to achieve, this long-term goal. But if we don't have that, yeah, we're going to give into those short-term pleasures because we have nothing to keep us accountable. Our goal keeps us accountable. So if I'm not getting closer to this goal, I'm going to feel pain. And that's why when I eat unhealthy food, I feel pain. I associate pain with that because I know that it's not getting me to this long-term goal of getting into my best shape, living a long life, feeling good about myself. So that wraps it up. Remember, if we can master our associations with our food, with habits of training, of going to the gym, if we can master these associations to this long-term goal, then that is the key to staying consistent. So if you like this video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.